When it comes to the American dream, I feel that I lived it, and it's literally the reason that I left. We were in our 3-story townhome. We had the trucks. I was in my big girl corporate 6-figure job. We had the things, and it wasn't a dream. It was more of like a fuzz, really.
32-year-old Bianca Lynch is a full-time digital nomad from North Carolina. While she's always wanted travel to be a part of her life, after the results of the 2024 election, she says she's making it permanent.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world.
It's very, very hard for us to see ourselves coming back and being in this country, having to be around that many people who felt that is someone who needs to be in power.
We've been following this trend of young people who don't see a future in this country. Before the election, you might remember our reporting about Gen Z Americans who felt like the American dream was out of reach.
I think the past 5 months where I hit 500 job applications, I got so depressed because I blamed myself.
And they said they were so exhausted by politics, they didn't even vote.
It's hard to change, but it's sometimes harder to stay where you're at.
Now, after the election, they're not alone in looking to leave the country. Google searches for digital nomad visas, how to move to Canada, and best countries to move to all peaked the day after the election and have since come back down, but still a striking shift.
I would say that right now, since the election, the biggest trend is people looking for a plan B.
In 2022, Jen Barnett founded Expatsy to help fellow Americans travel and move abroad. She left America after the 2016 election.
Our site really first took off when Roe versus Wade was overturned.
Jen says her site saw 10 months worth of traffic in the 2 weeks after the election, and the top reasons people say they want to leave has changed. With 72% of visitors to their website citing the U.S. being too conservative as the reason they want to move, which she says is a 30% increase from before the election.
You know, some people who maybe don't agree with the president-elect saying, now is not the time to give up. It's a time to invest. It's a time to stay here. It's time to focus on our community. With you leaving, someone with that mindset might be like, are you giving up?
No, that's fair. I mean, I would honestly just ask the question, is it worth it to you to fight the fight? Do you have that fight in you? Because honestly, I don't have it. Instead of trying to change an entire country, when I can simply remove myself and go somewhere else and by default be happier, I'm choosing peace.
Do you think there's any circumstances where you could see yourself coming back to the U.S.? Let's say in 4 years, there's another president that you do agree with.
The election was not the only reason that we decided to leave the country. Even under people who are not Trump, American culture is still American culture. It's still the rat race. It's very hard to imagine coming back after experiencing something way better.
Maya Eaglin, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.